Good after morning, it's your boy back with another Tarkov weapon tier list because I like doing the tier lists, and the Tarkov weapons I think is a good one. So yeah, let's do the thing.
Do you believe how dumb you look right now?
For those of you who might not know me from a bar of soap, I've been playing since 2019, been complaining about the audio and all of the other fun Nikita activities. So I've been doing this for quite a while, the drop of the bullet being fixed and stuff like that. Pre-inertia, I was there in the beginning. And then so someone was very cool and made us a very nice tier list where you can actually see the weapons, and they put the name of each of the weapons on it, so I can actually see what I just give it. Whoever did that, you deserve like an extra slice of pizza and an extra beer. I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, let's get into the tier list. So 357 Revo, I'm kind of going to put it at a rat sticks, because if you're using a revolver that's not an RSH 12, you're probably going to die. This is worse than that, because absolute dog water 9mm. It's one step above a knife because it has slide range, but you'd almost be better throwing the weapon at someone than using that. Now get to our first one that's actually kind of good. I'm going to put the AUG actually at A tier, because especially early wipe, it's kind of cheap to mod and it shoots 5.56. So nice high velocity bullet. It's got the application at long range and up close, because it's about 750 rounds per minute, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I actually quite like it, and I think from hipfire it's actually slightly OP, to be very honest with you. Then we have the first of the 338 Lapurs that goes straight to S tier, because my word is actually just disgusting. The AP rounds now got buffed, and they're like 79 pen, as if that was necessary when we only have level 6 armor. For those of you who are uninitiated, if it's got 60 pen, then it will go through a level 6 armor. So 79 is like insane. The penetration values work on a scale of 10, so 11 has a 10% chance to go through a level 2. You can kind of hopefully see how that works. MP18 dog water, kinda, sorta. It's really cool for the setup quest on customs, because it actually counts as a shotgun for whatever reason. But yes, I quite like that. The double barrel is also funny. We'll put it at D. It's not completely worthless, but yeah, it's kind of hilarious when you put 2 rounds of Magnum Buck in that and just mutilate someone's legs. Then we have the Adar. This is I'm going to put in the B tier because it's available early, so it's also very good early 5.56. It's semi-auto, so you can tap away like really quickly. It doesn't kick much. All the semi-auto guns have like a weird side buff inside of them, which is kind of nice. So it definitely goes over there. AKMN, the first of Heartbreak series. Right now it's in the C tier. There's just this and the AKM. We can just put them both there at the same time. They've just been nerfed kind of into the ground. They were extremely popular for a long time because PS ammo was a very good way to go through level 4 early. It still kind of is, but yeah, they just made the guns kind of really suck. So, and I've shot basically one of these in real life, and a Norinco AK, and yeah, it doesn't kick as bad as it does in the game. Hashtag just saying. Obviously trying to get people to use other weapons, you know, to balance those out. AK-74, I'm gonna put at the top of B. Hey, come here, there we go, listen to me. That's my flipping tier list route thing. Anyway, AK-74, all the 545 AKs that are full auto are pretty decent, but the large bodied ones can be modded to like the nth degree. They're also pretty good early. You can just slap a Cobra sight on that, and if you're lucky enough to find a compatible stock and a compatible foregrip, you know, you're actually quite styling early wipe.
You can.
I love the APB. This is also a B. I'm gonna put this right at the front of B because I think it's hilarious, especially if you can grab one for your pistol quests. It can do full auto. Not the most accurate under the sun, not the easiest to shoot with the iron sights, but if you just barrel stuff someone with like 20 pen ammo, or even just flesh ammo them in the legs, it's a good time. It's a good time. The APS is kind of the same, sort of, not really, so we'll just put it behind there. The APB is definitely the better of the two. AK-74, not quite as good. The shorter bodies have been nerfed. The Krinkov is not quite what it used to be in the current patch. It used to be quite a lot better, the recoil wise, so yeah, we'll filter it in over there. ASVAL, the ammo like really let me down recently. I absolutely belted tequila for like what felt like half a day, and he just like kind of walked it off. The guns become kind of expensive. The ammo, at least the parts are not that available. It used to be like the meta. This used to be an S tier weapon back in the day for labs and stuff. So yeah, kind of meh out of 10. This is going to be the first of our AKs that hit the S tier. The 101 in 5.56 is literally probably the best AK, bar none. I think it actually deserves to be in front of the AXMC just because you can actually find it, which is very, very helpful. Yeah, it's just really good. Like fully modded, it's a beast. You can silence it because of the Ratworks mod for the barrel. You can put pretty much any silencer you want on that, and even for, you know, quite a low amount of money, you can get it to like a really, really good spec and make a really nice feeling gun. It just gets beaten out on fire rate because by like some of the better 5.56 weapons. The Ash 12 is going to go in the A tier because it's a lot of fun. It's awful at range. It is not good. Do not try and shoot like more than 80 meters with this, because you're basically throwing like deodorant cans against the wind is effectively kind of what it's doing. I mean, don't forget it is 50 cal. But yes, in a close range situation, anything under 50 meters, it is an animal. It's still got insane ammo in PS12B. Yeah, that thing. I was playing with it now towards the end of the swap, and it's still a really, really good time. The MDR then is kind of a weird one. I'm going to put it over here. Like, I still say it's better than an ADAR, but it's kind of like become a B tier gun because it's been nerfed. It used to be like way too popular, and so they've giga nerfed it into the ground, which is fair because they want people to use other 308s and stuff. I get it, but it's still a nasty weapon. Fully modded, it's very cheap to get there, and it's still decently accurate and stuff. It's just the recoil for like sustained fire has been nerfed into the ground. And then the 5.56 variant is kind of only good early wipe, and I still prefer AUG, so we'll put it over there. That feels about right. DVL 10. This is one of the better sniper rifles, especially with the big boy silencer on it. It's excellent. For bolt action, you know, they're very situational. For long range fights, it's exceptionally good. You don't want to get caught up close. Even then, actually, because of how quiet it is, if homie's not within like 40 meters of you, he probably doesn't know where the shot is coming from. So yeah, it's definitely deserving of that position. The FN57 is actually an A tier pistol. Because the SS190s still have pretty good pen, it can go through pretty much all of the face shields except for like the level 4s and 5s, which are quite rare. Most of them are level 3s. A lot of people don't use them, and then the high velocity of the bullet makes it like exceptional. It's the John Wick classic, as we've seen with Pestily with his John Wick runs. It's very, very effective in like close quarters combat, and up to mid range, it's even then still insanely good. Then we have the GL40, which is disgusting. I've seen people catch this in the head, like right in front of me. On factory, my friend, we got one off Big Pop, and with the instant fuse time contact grenades, and it was very, very funny. Obviously, availability is terrible. Thank you, Nikita, for making it terrible, because if a bunch of people were running around with this, I would be very sad, because it's kind of OP in the prospect of Tarkov. Literally 0 skill cap, easy kills, which is kind of hilarious. The Glock 17 is kind of meh. We'll put it at the top of the 9mm pistol semi-auto. Yeah, kind of suck. The 18Z though is probably the best of the full auto pistols. So yeah, that's got to go at the top of B, definitely. Maybe actually we'll put it over there because of that. If you put rip rounds in a 50 rounder and you shoot people in the legs, it's a great time. The 18C, it just is a little bit unruly. Just be careful with that. The HK is such a heartbreaker because it was my absolute favorite weapon for a very, very long time. But they've nerfed the ergo to the nth degree. It's kind of sort of making a comeback now. I think it is better than the AUG in general. I actually would reorder this slightly and put this in front of it. I'd much rather be running an Ash 12 than an HK. So yeah. That feels about right for its current performance and stuff. Like I said, they nerfed it a lot because it was labs back in the day was literally a Val or an HK going off. and that was about it. Odd M4s and stuff here and there, but that was it for the most part. The KS23, I hate facing it. I kind of sort of like using it on factory. I still don't think it's all that amazing. We'll put it at the top of B. That feels about right of where it should be. It's got it's a one-trick pony. It's strapped in, and maybe the flashbang if you feel like being the most irritating human being on planet Earth, then it's really good for that. AK-102 is a slightly worse AK-101. Kind of this basically the same thing, just like I say, slightly worse version of the AK-101, so it's still absolutely insane weapon. M1911 sucks, kind of sort. If you get one early and you've got some AP rounds and you can't get an ump, then I suppose you would use it. Otherwise, it's meh in most instances. M1A used to be a beast, but now it's kind of like, it's not even, I hate it because of the ergo changes. We'll put it at the top of C. You've got to do test drive still with it. And even fully modded with a hybrid silencer, it sucks. You ADS and your arms turn into little bits of wet spaghetti. The M45 is like a slightly better version of the M1911. It's like an upgraded one. It's got nicer sights and stuff on it, you know, rail, that kind of stuff. It's a little bit better, but like, still, why would you use it when, if you really want to use 45, just grab an ump or a vector. There we go. A M4. This is my favorite weapon right now. I think in PvP, there's no better weapon. It didn't get nerfed quite the way the HK did. It's got 50 rounds per minute less. It goes to 800 rounds per minute. If you are slinging 855A1 out of this and you can't kill the guy, he has to be in level 6 armor and absolutely eating rounds, or you need to practice your aim. Hashtag just saying. It's honestly so disgusting as a weapon. I don't know. When I pick that thing up, I feel dirty. The M700 is a slightly worse version of the DVL. It takes more to mod. I like it more, but I really recognize that it's not as good of a weapon in a lot of cases. And if you don't put a silence on this, you are literally like, hey, I'm over here, with the amount of flipping recoil and just everything that it brings forward to the table. It's a worse DVL, is the reality of it. M870, kind of meh shotgun. It's still better than these, so we'll put it at the bottom of D tier. You've still got a pump, so it's never going to be as good as the semi-autos. The M903 is just, don't use it. I don't know why people would even bother with this. It is actually it's maybe slightly better than the baby revolver. Yeah, that's basically where it belongs. MCX, this is a hot boy as well right now. CBJ ammo is incredible. It's not quite as good ergo wise as the 5.56s, so I think it belongs over there. It's still an S tier weapon. It's still one of the best PvP weapons in the game right now, but it's not like, blow me down. You know, like, if I had to choose between that and a full meta M4 or any of these three, I'll still take these three over that. It's still like pretty much my full favorite weapon though. So in a way, I suppose it is, blow me down. Anyway, you'll get used to that as we're going through this list. Moving on to the Mjolnir. So much fun. Oh my, this thing has so many memories for me. I killed a Timmy from like 200 meters away by shooting him in the crotch. It was flipping fantastic. We've done like meme runs with it and stuff with just FMJs, because you can just pump rounds out at disgusting rate with disgusting amounts of damage. I'm glad that they've kind of put it behind a couple walls. If you really want to get to it, you can, and if you do, it's insane. It's an insane piece of kit to have. AK-103 kind of is sharing the same fate as the other AKs right now. They're just kind of bad. Yeah, just bad. Mosin has now got the worst ergo rating in the game, but it still shoots a really good bullet, so we'll put it at the front of D. You can still like basically one tap through any helmet as long as you've got like one of the 40 pen ammos. You're gonna, if a guy survives that, he's got to be in like an Alton or something better, in which case he can't hear where you even shot at him from. It's still, they actually improved the sight quite a lot, and the Bramit's nice and everything, but just the nerf to ADS time right now yeah, it kind of belongs over there. MP133 is in the same boat as the M970. I'd say it's just a slightly worse version, less modding options, etc. MP153, this is one of my absolute favorite weapons. I would say it belongs over here, because in factory, that thing is disgusting with Magnum Buck. People are struggling to do their shotgun quest. I'm like, no, dude, just grab a 153, throw Magnum Buck in it, and shoot people in the limbs. If you shoot twice in the arm or twice in a leg, bye-bye. Back to the lobby with you. It's disgusting. So, yeah, you can put an 8-round mag on it. It's a good time. 9 with 1 up if you're counting. The Grotch, like a worse Glock. Kind of, I'd still say maybe... I might actually change where the Glock is sitting. No, but it's the ammo. Ammo is always the problem. 9 more right now. AP63 is kind of bad. Yeah, we'll put it over there. AP63 is only 30 pen. That's why the 45s are above it, just because of the ammo availability. I don't think they're actually technically better weapons. It's just ammo that's helping. This thing's a rubbish. I basically never use it. It's full auto, I suppose, so it can go sit over there. MP5 is actually decent. Yeah, I feel like it would be at the back of this list, especially early game. It's kind of a nice to have. And maybe, yeah, if you've got the silencer bits unlocked and stuff, you can have a decent time. Right? The MP9s are amazing. They belong right over there because of fire rate. You can put PSO in this thing, and it's like 950 rounds per minute. And the other one, which should be here somewhere on the list, which we'll probably get to, same thing. Just put PSO in it and shoot people in the legs. I know you got to go through a bit of mental gymnastics to stop aiming for headshots, but even if you do and they don't have a face shield, oaks are going down quick, fast. Now the MP7, because of FMJ SX, is disgusting. This is easily... If we had just a bit better access to ammo, I think it would even sit in front of the MCX. It's not going to be quite as good at range. MCX does have a little bit of a range advantage. But I think on time to kill and stuff, this thing, it's disgusting. It's quite cheap to mod. I don't know how much the Rotec silencers and stuff are going for right now. But yeah, in general, dude, it's a disgustingly good weapon. MPX. One of my favorite 9mm. I don't think it's... actually think it... yeah, we'll put it in front just because of its accuracy factor. Its ease of modding. Comes with a rail, slap on a decent silencer, and you're basically there. You've got full set of rails up front. You don't have to even mod the stock. It's pretty good. Ergo fire rate is a little bit lower, but ergo, rails, ease of modding, accessibility in the early game, very, very good on all of those fronts. OPSKS, basically a D-tier rubbish now, kind of suffering from the ammo nerfs. We used to run them quite a lot. This one's got a bit more modding potential than the standard brown one. It's at least got a side rail. You can put a Cobra sight on. It's alright. It's alright. It's not something I would try to go for early wipe. The AK-104, same basket as the 103, just worse. So yeah, I would even say I would even rather have these with AP ammo than that thing. That thing right now is just like, you shoot 2 bullets and you're looking at the sky. P226R, same thing, just kind of a terrible 9mm run. P90 is a sad one because just the ammo is just kind of nowhere. It's still, I would say, better than the MP5, even maybe better than the ADAR. Especially if you can get SS190. It's cool because it's got 50 round mags. It's a lot of bullets, but it's kind of limited to close to mid-range. It's not really... you don't want to be shooting at long range. Now, my favorite of the pistols, because you can put a drum mag in it, but I still got to put it like over there. It's not near an S tier weapon, but it's a lot of fun. This thing is so much fun, like because of that drum mag. Like I've run it a number of times with latches. When we were playing back in the day, it was a good time. PM pistol, basically dog water. PP19, very average. It's a bit better than... yeah, I would rather have it than that. It does have the advantage again of just being able to slap a Cobra on and you've got a workable gun. If you're playing on bear, it's something that you should consider. Now the kid compared to that is like way better, like way better. Kidder, I would put at the bottom of C tier or the top of C tier. Because it's silenced, it's extremely good early wipe. especially on maps like factory, customs, anything that you can keep kind of a short contact range in. It's very good, and it's a leg meta machine, this thing. The normal one without the silence, I wouldn't rate as high. I would actually probably put it here, just because the silencer is the big attraction, really, to this platform. The PPSH also kind of dog water. Yeah, it's a bit better than a pistol, basically, is where I would filter it through. It's, if you can get the drum mags, it's fun and stuff, but it's very unruly. It's not something that I would suggest you actively try to use. Now we get to the only 308 that I absolutely hate, is the RFB. I think this is one of the worst weapons in the game. It's just such a rubbish. I don't know why anybody even, when I see it, I just want to like vomit in my mouth. I absolutely hate it. Objectively, it's gonna be like, I would actually rather have a shotgun. I think a shotgun, especially early wipe, is gonna be better. There's just no instance in which I'm like, yes, I really want to use an RFB. I'll use it if I have to use it on the 308 platform, but it just sucks. It just sucks. I don't want to start. It just sucks. Now the RPK, one of my favorite early wipe guns. The problem with it is it's in a different category, so you end up leveling up your LMG skill instead of your rifle skill, which does give it a bit of a downturn, but I'd still put it about there. I think it's really good early wipe. It's really good early wipe. It's super cheap. It's full auto, 545. It's got rails and stuff on it already, which is a big plus. You can use any of the 545 silencers on it. So if you pick up a TGP or something that's pretty common, you can just slap it on there and you've basically got a silenced 545 platform that operates kind of like any other, like an AKS or something like that. It just, like I say, it's further down because it's got a category shift and it's leveling up your light machine guns, which is a bit suck. AK-105 is the worst of the 545, so we'll put it over there-ish. I don't even know if it's better than 103. The stats on it are so bad. Pardon me. There's no real reason to use it, other than like you're absolutely broken. You can't just buy an AK from Prepor. It's a complete waste of time weapon in a lot of instances. RSAS is one of the better 308s. So it's got to go, and accessibility wise, it's very good. It's definitely an S tier weapon. It's got the most satisfying sound, the click 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 of the flipping RSAS when it goes off, especially like indoors and stuff. Just sounds incredible. It's a really good time. SA58 got such a love-hate relationship with this weapon. I'm gonna put it there in front of the MP153 because it's full auto 308. It is extremely poor on ergo now. They nerfed it into the ground. The short barrel versions kick like 12 donkeys. It's just not, it used to be up here, like it used to be an S tier banger, but they've just nerfed the ergo and stuff so hard. It's kind of my Saiga. Yo, this is gonna have to go really high up, probably right behind here. That, oof, I kind of even want to put it further up, because hey, we do the Terry Crews, you know, where he walks down that corridor in Expendables 3. We do a build similar to that with a 20 round mag. It does tend to jam Ellie a little bit too much, like Bob Marley. It do be German, but it's disgusting, like a disgusting gun. Oh, bro, this is a hard one because I think I like it more than it is effective in certain terms. These two are the bosses of factory though, hands down. If you need to do silent caliber, just hook the sucker up, dude, and put on an ergo stock and put on that big old silencer, and you, with a 10 round mags, you can alpha rig so you can store the 3 10 round mags in there. The fact that I can just instantly change and have a 10 round mag, I'm actually going to move it up a couple positions because of that. Like, dude, this thing with Magnum Buck is hilarious. It's so much fun. It's one of the most fun guns in this whole game by far. Saga 9, a semi-auto 9mm, like, dude, just bleh, bleh out of 10. I hope I usually sometimes do get those two confused between, no, the PP19 is the full auto one. That it still is a bit better. Actually, that feels a bit bad. I would even, yeah, I think, no, I don't know if I'd put the SKS ahead of this lot. Let me just switch. Sorry, I'm just actively switch. Yeah, that feels more better after thinking about Saga 9 and that sort of stuff. Saga 9 it's a semi-auto 9mm. Why? There's no recoil on those anyway. The standard SKS is kind of rubbish. It's a bit better than a pistol, I suppose. Same thing as this, just no modding, real potential. So you've got what you've got. It's like, and then 10 rounds and one of the slowest reloads, and. Now, Shrimp is an interesting one for me. I haven't used it that much. I've been told I have used it and it's never really wowed me, kind of thing. So because it's got slightly better rounds, I'll put it at the top of the pistol kind of list over there. SR25, oof, we're going all the way to the top. It's the best budget 308 platform by a country mile. Early, if you get one of these and you actually find a PRS silencer and you can get, you know, the rails and kit it out, it's a budget RSAS. And so at its effectiveness and stuff, I've used this weapon extensively. It's always been fantastic. It probably always will be fantastic. Gets that mini buff from the semi-autoness as well. It's like your favorite cheap packet of chips. That's basically what the SR25 is. Then we have the SV98, which is dog water. It's barely better than a Mosin. You can mod it and make it kind of. Actually, we'll put it at, because of that, we'll put it at the end of C. I would actually rather have it than an AK-104. Another thing, I would actually rather have it than these pistols. Fully modded, it's not bad, but it's not great. It can't compare to like DVL and M700, not even in the same league. SVD, what a rubbish you have become. You're a semi-auto Mosin, but the ergo and the feel and everything. I started off my SVD Punisher quest with high hopes because the first ones went very well, and after that it became an absolute ball drag. And I was like, please just get me out of here. This thing just is terrible. It's suffering the same sickness that the M1A is suffering. The T5K, I'll put at the end of A. It's one of the only rifles that you don't get sway on when it cycles the bolt. It actually is really good in that respect, but it doesn't get a lot of love because the M700 and DVL are so popular and have so many, you know, easier DVL 10 modding, and the M700 has a way wider variety of mods. The T5K is just kind of straightforward, and it only has a 5-round mag, which is a bit of a oof. Then we get to Old Faithful AK-74M. This is the quintessential 545. It's the most straightforward 545, the easiest to mod, the best ergo and accuracy and recoil, kind of like averages. It's if you want slightly better accuracy, go for the 74M. If you want slightly better recoil, go for the 74N. Basically, these will both be S tiers. The TOS is rubbish, as we know. The TG pistol for cool factor will go over there. I feel terrible putting it any higher. The TOS is literally just to come back to that quickly, it's basically a stick that happens to be able to launch a projectile. Horrific weapon, bolt action shotgun. Good self-defense weapon, I'm told, IRL, but oh no, just terrible. The TX is definitely an S tier. Comes with the monster silencer, which is pretty good. Comes with the PRS stock, which is pretty good. You can change the pistol grip, put on a full grip because it's got all the rails and stuff on it that you would need to do that. This thing with like a 1-6 or a 1-8 is a absolute beast because it doesn't recoil much because of that semi-auto buff, and so you can just tap away, and it doesn't drop much because of 5.56 ammo. TX is a beast of a weapon. Is the best of the SMGs pretty much. So we'll put it in over there. I would actually rather have an actually even than an SA58. That thing with AP ammo, close range, is disgusting. They had to nerf it into the ground because of like the AP ammo access, because it was the meta for a while. It's going there only because you can basically only run it with FMJs early, and then it becomes a bit more of a leg metery weapon, and the AP used to just drill through everything. Vector, same thing. It just jams a bit more. It's got a high fire rate, and with rip rounds, hilarious, especially on factory to the legs, dude. It's very, very funny. Vectors, because it doesn't have as good ammo, It's still an A tier. Definitely one of the better 9mm, if not the best 9mm. The fire rate is just hilarious on that weapon with rip rounds. Same thing as the 45. Like, dude, disgusting. If you can get PvPs with that, it's very, very effective. The hunters, I would rather even have a hunter than that rubbish there, that RFB rubbish. So I'll put this, I would say, even in front of an AK-103, even in front of these right now, especially like price versus performance early game, it's kind of good. Like, it's actually really solid, like early game. Like, especially if you're struggling with income and like you're looking for a weapon that can just do something. That with like the BCP FMJs is basically what the SKS used to be. That's the new, like what the SKS was back in the day. 136 I absolutely love this thing. I think it actually belongs at the end of B tier. I'd actually, yeah, let me put it over there because it gets that semi-auto recoil buff, and then like it's got all of the AK parts, which is great. We ran it as a meme gun a couple times, did Latches and I back in the day, and even he said, no dude, this thing's actually, there's something to it. It's got something a little bit different about it. If you take off the backside and you leave the default front side on, but you put the Lumo bits on, it's actually really good at close to mid range. Like, dude, it's a tap machine, and yeah, with good ammo, good times. The 209, because it's so hard to get APM, kind of sucks now. Yeah, unless you have APM, this thing's pretty terrible. It's the same kind of idea as the 136, just not great. Semi-auto, 366 TKM, you know, sort of not great, not great. The 205, same problem, kind of not great. I would even put it actually behind the Mosin. It's, if you've got AP ammo, it's good. And for your factory quest to get the short bolty kills, it's great because it's much shorter than a lot of the other bolt actions. And the rifle's cheap. Slap on a Cobra or any other red dot that you feel comfortable with and go to town on that. VSS, gonna go along with the Val over here, except it's slightly worse because it levels up DMR and not rifle like the Val does. So yeah, it's just a little bit worse version of that. The 590A1 is basically a premium M870. Actually, no, it's not. It doesn't have as many mods. It does get a hilariously long barrel, but yeah, it kind of filters through over there. G36, I don't rate this gun as much as other people tend to do, but I'll still put it at the top of B because it's still full auto 556. I think I've been playing with it quite a lot in Arena, but in Tarkov, I don't know, it's just weird. It doesn't feel quite the same. It feels kind of like a premium DT MDR, and then the price to upgrade it and all that sort of stuff, it doesn't feel big worth it. Glock 19X is, you know, just another average pistol. Where's the other Glock? Hold on, before I mess up this list. There it is over there. We'll just put it slightly ahead of the 17. Basically the same thing. The G28 is very good. This is also, I would say, just behind the SR because of costs to buy and upgrade and stuff. It's very much like the SS. It's also very good. If you find it fully modded in a marked room like that, it's a great find. It's fantastic. Fantastic. 308 semi-auto is just broken. In general, you're basically shooting sniper rifle rounds semi-auto, which is great. The Mutant, also not what it used to be. It's kind of meh now with all the nerfs and stuff. We'll put it at the end of A tier. It's not the best 7.62x39 anymore. Yeah, RD's coming up. That's definitely the better one. The MP155 I do like. This grew on me, and with that funny like space age body that it gets, I really enjoyed it for doing setup with a 2x on this with AP20 rounds. It flippin' dulled. I just got slapped around the cheeks. For those of us maybe in an international audience, that is the good old South African slang. Let's put it that way. I think that this should go along with the other semi-auto shotguns because of that. But I'd say it would have to sit towards the back end because I still want the MP153 ahead of it, just because the barrel length on this one makes it feel a bit more accurate. In factory with Magnum Buck, like I said, I literally have a loadout called my boomstick. Then we have the RD704. This is the best of the 7.62x39s easily. We've been using it a lot towards the end of this wipe. If you really want to run 7.62x39, you know, PP ammo now available. You can buy 144 rounds per reset at 750 rubles a round. It's a good time. It still slaps. It's still really, really good. Yeah, keep to mod. The default rail is fine. You know, it comes with a pretty good grip already. You slap on a better buttstock, a full grip, a decent sight, and a silencer, and she's ready to bang. She will clap people. The revolving shoddy, bro. This thing is like a one step better than that, because you could mag dump someone in the leg with 7 more. But like, oh my word, why even put this in the game, Nikita? It's such a meme weapon. I suppose it makes scavs a bit more interesting. The RSH-12. The very next thing, best thing to shoot PS12Bs out of after the Ash-12 by a country mile. Maybe not quite that high, because yeah, there's some semi-autos here. I'll put it over there and run the SA58. That feels, yeah, about right. It's an insanely large amount of fun, and I think when guys see you wielding a pistol, they don't expect to see died to PS12B on their score screen. It's got a 46 pen, so even guys in level 5 are not 100% safe from this. That round claps. So yeah, and it's not the easiest thing to wield, but it hurts. Tag 545, dude. This is like also an incredibly good 545. It's probably the best. I'll put it at the bottom of S tier. It's probably the best semi-auto 545 platform. I don't know how many there are actually, but it's very, very good, especially early wipe. Once again, comes with a bunch of add-ons to it. It's got very good base stats. Very easy to slap on a silencer even, and just a sight, and you're basically ready for early wipe. You find one of these early wipe, it's absolute gold. Scar H, that's the 556 version. Hold on, I need to Google.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
But yeah, Scar H 556 version, it's like a premium MDR again. We'll probably put it over there. Not bad, not great. It's got decent furniture on it. It doesn't have very good base stats, which is why I don't want to like actively go for it. Once again, if I find one early wipe though, I'm probably going to pocket it. The Scott L is one of the better. It is the way to do 308 on full auto. I would actually put it ahead of the SAG 545 just because it's full auto 308, and you can actually do it. You have to run it as a loud setup. If you run it with a silencer, you're going to ADS and you'll aim down sight maybe next week sometime. But with the BMD setup on it, it's very intimidating as well, because when people hear it, they go, okay, that guy's spitting rounds that will 2-tap me, even in my level 6 armor, which is the max armor rating that you can have. If you are squirting M61 out of that thing, disgusting. And then the PL15 is just like a slightly better version of a pistol. The only thing that's not on this list from this era are the machine guns. The PKM, I would put in an A tier, somewhere at the top. The AK variant RPDs and stuff, I would put probably in the B tier. The M60, dude, we found this out with the zombie event, is low S tier because it's shooting those 308s, and because you can actually just pop 2 like lasers on it, and you've got predator vision, and you're going to rinse people. You can put better sights on it. You can put a foregrip on it. It's just got way more modding options than the other ones. So that would be right at the end of S tier over here. But yeah, this feels about right. This feels like the best, you know, I would say from my experience. If you're picking anything from these tiers based on availability, you have my blessing. Try and focus on these. The pistols are a little bit memey. I'll say that these 3 here are a little bit memey, but the rest of the weapons can be extremely effective, especially in their niches, as I've explained, with like close range and long range and stuff like that. But these are your end game slappers, and a lot of them, like the SR25, you can get from ref for just a couple of GP coins. And then my options is my Tarkov weapon tier list. If you guys want to see me do armor or throwables like grenades and that sort of stuff, do tier lists like that, which will probably be a lot shorter, not me going through I don't know how many, like 80 weapons over here. Then let me know, hit me up in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed this, hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the flip side.